So today I want to do a deeper dive and explain how reconnective healing has changed my life, the process that I went through, and how I use it today. For those of you who didn't catch the first video, reconnective healing is the newest subset of energy healing. It's not Reiki. Long story short, at one point in time, we were all connected directly to the frequency of the planet. Through time, we've lost our connection to the frequency of the planet. The planet Earth has passed through a section of the universe where this brand new energy resides. So it's all over the planet. So you are actually able to have somebody connect you to that new energy and reconnect you to the frequency of the planet. And it's fucking amazing. Lots of people have told all kinds of stories of miraculous healings and whatnot. And the disclaimer is I am not claiming that this cures anything. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. However, I've heard lots of stories of all kinds of crazy healings. Me personally, it took me a while to get warmed up to it and get used to it. If you click the link in the description of the video, my friend Case has a website. He's a reconnective healing practitioner where he can actually reconnect you to this energy and tune you into this frequency. And he reconnected me. So I told you that story. But after he reconnected me, I had a hard time tuning into the frequencies by myself. There's this thing that he does called daily group sessions. And this is where it gets tricky and hard to explain. Because he is able to send you this frequency without knowing anything about you, where you are, where you live. Doesn't even have to be looking at you, because this is a fifth dimensional energy that works on a quantum level. All he has to do is set the intention and it knows you. It transcends time and space. It transcends technique. And the coolest part about it is it doesn't care if you believe in it or not. Actually, and this is one of the anomalies that I've been struggling with lately, is unlike most other things that are on a lower dimension, for some reason, with the reconnective healing frequencies, it almost works better when you don't believe in it, honestly, because your expectations can get in the way and block it. So I would partake in these daily group sessions. And this is what really started helping me figure out how to tune into this and bring it in myself. So Case would send me the schedule for the month. And it has every day of the month and the time. And every day I would set an alarm 15 minutes before the time. Get ready, group session in 15 minutes. I'd be like, oh shit. So I'd go lay down, and right when the time would hit, I would start buzzing with this energy. I would feel like I was holding an electric fence. I know that sounds kind of like scary, but that's the only thing that comes to my mind, but it's not uncomfortable. It feels like you're being massaged with electricity. It's so bizarre. And I had to do that, honestly, before I could really, like now, I can feel him now. I can literally feel him now. That's to the point where I'm at now, almost a year later. I can just move my hand a little bit and I can feel him in my fingertips. But at first, I had to tune into these daily group sessions, and that is what really warmed me up to what the frequencies feel like, how to play with them, and whatnot. And then from that point, what I started doing with it is I started testing it. So anytime one of my kids were sick or something like that, I would say, lay down and let me float my hands over top of you. And that's how I started practicing. Let me give you some of these frequencies, some of this energy. And to this day, let me tell you, My wife was struggling with a stomach problem, a problem in her lower abdomen. Not going to get too specific about her personal medical details, but she had a problem in her lower abdomen. And it would get to the point to where she was doubled over in pain, and we had to take her to the emergency room. We're not real big hospital people. It's gotta be an emergency to go to the hospital. We're that. I was raised by a nurse, so that's how I grew up. You know, my grandmother, who I was raised by my grandparents. So my grandmother was a nurse, and she very much raised us, if we can do it at home, don't go to the hospital. So the overwhelming majority of the time, her being a nurse, she's like, no, we can take care of that. You don't need to go to the hospital for that. We got this. So I very much adapted a very similar outlook. So if I'm taking her to the ER, you know it's serious. And I started saying, you know what? Let me give you some frequencies. So we lay in bed. I'd lay next to her, and I would just kind of lay back and chill like this and put my hand over her and just float my hand over top of her. Not setting a specific intention. The only intention I'm setting is the energy knows what it needs to do. I'm just going to bring it in and play with it. That's the only intention I'm setting. That's the thing. Like I said, this is how Case is able to send it to you while he's in Colorado, and you could be in Florida. Doesn't matter. That's how smart this energy is. I would lay back and say, I'm just going to bring the energy in, and it knows what it needs to do. And within 20 minutes, she would get up to go to the bathroom, and I'd be sitting there scared, like, oh my God, we got to go to the doctor. We're going to have to go to the ER. She would come out like, the pain's gone. I'm like, whoa, really? The pain's gone. Where at one point, like, I would have to walk her out to the car and take her to the ER. Now, the pain's gone. And I've had to do that 3 times. 3 times in the last year. And that problem has not flared up or acted up since. She says the pain's gone. One of my hobbies is knife collecting. I collect knives. So there's been a couple of times where I would cut myself with a knife. And I would think, oh, okay, you know what? Let me just pull the energy in with this hand. Let me pull the frequencies in with this hand. And the last time I cut myself, it was healed in 3 days. I'm not claiming to cure anything. That's not what, no, I'm not claiming that. I'm not saying that you're going to get these exact same results. It's different for everybody. There is no one size fits all. It's not like, oh, if you get reconnected, it's going to make your headaches go away. It may not. I'm not saying if you get reconnected, it's going to make your head cold go away if you get a head cold. It may not. I don't know. You have to play with it and find out for yourself. And those are just some of the, as far as healings go, those are the 2 biggest things that I've experienced in this past year. What I do on a daily basis, though, is I meditate with these frequencies. I'll put something in my earbuds, either some, binaural beats or some kind of frequencies or brain waves, or sometimes just a regular video of somebody talking. And I'll just lay back on the bed and I'll just bring the frequencies in like this. And I'll just bring them in and fall into the deepest trance that you can wrap your mind around. And usually by the time I do this, I'm pretty drained from work. Doing what I do for a living is draining. And have you ever studied real hard for a test for hours and hours and hours and hours, and it gets to the point where you've been reading and studying for so long that you're looking at the words and your brain can't compute what they are? Like you can't even read a paper. You ever studied that hard? That's how I get reading tarot cards. That's how I get. So whenever I get like that, I get up and I say, I got to go meditate. And I do this every single day. Every single day. And I will lay down, bring the frequencies in, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. And then it starts letting up, letting up, letting up, and letting up. And I'll snap up out of it. I feel like I just got 8 hours of sleep, dude. And then I'm good to go back to work. I got a second wind of energy. I do that. Now, that's just how I use it to help me through my work. I do this every single day. Even if I'm not working, even if I ain't got nothing going on, even if it's a lazy day where I haven't gone to the gym, not doing any videos, not doing any work, I will still be like, all right, time for me to go meditate. And I'll lay down, bring the frequencies in for 30 minutes to an hour, and I just do it every single day. Every single day. My next goal is to practice on strangers that I don't know. I've never done that yet. I have not done that yet. I'm a little bit nervous about that. That's my next, because like I said, this goes so against what we've been taught is acceptable or okay, or honestly, this goes against what we've been taught is possible. Okay. This kind of information has been very hidden and very suppressed for many, many, many years. So the logical mind immediately starts getting to work trying to talk me out of it because the belief systems are so deeply ingrained that even though I lay down and I feel this energy just like I feel this pillow right here, and I am not exaggerating. That's how tangible it is. Like I can lay down, wave my hands over my wife, and where I would normally have to take her to the emergency room, her pain disappears. And I still have the logical mind trying to explain it away, trying to make up some kind of excuse, because this is so, I would say, paranormal. I would almost put this on a paranormal level. So I haven't quite gotten up the nerve to actually ask like a stranger, or maybe not necessarily a stranger, but like somebody outside of my immediate family, my household. Can I just float my hands over you? You know, you got a headache or something? Here, let me try something. Let me try to float my hands over you. I haven't tried that yet. That's another one of my goals for 2023 is bringing this energy and this light and this frequency outside of my house to other people. So anyway, that's how I've been using it, and that's how it's changed my life over the past year. I know that this journey is nowhere near complete. Matter of fact, it's only just begun. So I will keep you guys updated as I start branching out and experimenting and trying new things. But for now, I'm out of here. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Y'all stay blessed.